All right, MotoVas. It's me again, and a lot of things have changed. So, first things first, I'm no longer with Team MCC. I am now with Motoworks. A lot of reasons for the change. All I can say is MCC was probably the best place I worked at thus far, but it's time to move on. So I made the switch. But MCC, phenomenal shop, love them. Still very good friends. This move just made sense to me at the time being. So here I am at Motoworks Chicago, Ducati, Triumph, Vespa, and Royal Enfield dealer. Today we're not doing a new review, we're just riding the good old Diavel. But however, this one does have the Termi exhaust on it without the DB killers. And my goodness, does this bike roar. So we're just wrapped up work here in this beautiful fall day in Chicago. So let's get on it, take a little cruise, and just see how we like the exhaust note. Oop. On a side note, not so much about the bike, I got these TCX Ducati boots recently, and I'm actually really enjoying them. TCX is the one that makes them, and they claim that they're waterproof. Not sure if they are or not, haven't had a chance to test them out yet. But they do fit great, they look nice, and they're very comfy to walk around in. Great urban shoe, I'd say. I want to say they're priced right around 200 bucks, so they're very reasonably priced. So yes, I would recommend them for everyday riding. And exhaust really makes this bike come to life. The vibrations in the handlebars are just a little nicer. The motor makes a nice crackling noise on D-cell. The fun factor just goes way up. It's well worth it. But it is rather loud without the DB killers. So if you ride this thing all day, your head might be hurting a little bit and your ears might be ringing. And I am bloody hungry, so maybe we'll stop somewhere to get some food. Maybe this will be a shorter video. I guess one thing that I'm still trying to figure out is how I'm gonna integrate Mike, the peasant, into my videos. I'd like to say that we're still good friends, but that's far from the truth. No, I'm just joking. We're still very good friends and we still keep in touch, but he is all the way in the burbs and I am all the way in the city now. So I don't know if riding to lunch will be the new, or if that'll be still the same theme of the show, if you will. Maybe we can say riding in Chicago. There you go. A Dyna. Oh, a Softail. A Fat Boy. Or is it a Fat Boy? Nah, who knows? And I've learned something new with this bike a couple days ago. You are in touring mode, which is kind of the middle of the road mode. If you roll on the throttle nice and smooth, kind of just right, he will actually wheelie on you. No problem. I have not had that happen to me before, only in sport mode. Yeah, but the Diavel fits me very well. I got about a 30-inch inseam, and I'm flat-footed, just right. I'm relaxed on the bike. It's narrow where I sit, so that's good. And I really hope the camera angle is good because it's a little down, actually. Let's see what else. I did a track day the other day at Gingerman. That was a lot of fun. And you know what else? This thing has self-canceling turn signals, which is great. have to turn them off every time. You just make a turn. Oh, I'll wait for it. Bam, it's off on its own. That is a mean sounding exhaust system. And the other fun factor too, this bike riding to stop and go a couple of days ago, rather warm day, and really the heat management was great. I did not feel any heat coming up the motor. They did a good job of keeping that all away from the rider, which was a big complaint on a lot of other Ducatis. Oh, they run hot, oh, this and that. Well, guess what? Not anymore. Not with this one. Nice and cool. This bike is very much so refined, but yet very raw at the same time. I love that. And to be honest, I mean, I don't want to stereotype, but people that buy these bikes are just really cool dudes. I have not had a gal yet buy one of these for me, so I'll just speak for the ones that have bought these. And they were all really, really cool people who were also, I'd like to think, motorcycle enthusiasts. They weren't just getting a piece of machinery. God, I love this DBT motor. And the belt, my goodness, it makes this bike so pleasant to ride. It's smooth and it's not smooth, you know, it's raw and it's rough, but it's not taxing. It's not jerky, it's just right. Ducati really knocked it out of the ballpark with this one. I love this bike. I'm gonna go as far as say this is my favorite bike in this setup, like this one here, right now in their lineup. With the full exhaust, or whatever this is, I believe it's a full. This bike just feels so cool. And again, the LED headlamp, you know, the machine mirrors, the red LED behind the buttons over here. It just feels luxurious and cool and, you know, modern. And it's comfortable, it doesn't get hot, it's fast as hell if you want it to be. And surprisingly, the rear brake is actually working. I can't say all, but most of the Ducatis I rode all had very weak rear brakes. I think it just runs in the DNA. But this one actually works pretty nice. And me and my boss, Johnny, we had a bit of a discussion, I guess, about this bike after I rode it with the pipe, and I told him, you know what? He said that one of his favorites right now in the lineup was the Monster R, the 1200R. Phenomenal bike, but I told him I don't see, for my commuting, for my geographical location, Chicago, I don't see a single thing that the Monster can do better than this bike, but I can see a few things that the Diavel does better. For starters, I like the sitting position more on this bike, again for real world riding. Only thing that I can see the Monster doing is obviously better track days. You can have a whole lot of fun with it on the track, but unfortunately I find myself on the track maybe, you know, twice, 3 times a year, if that. And I think for street riding and for real world riding, this bike has tenfold more character, you know. It just looks more badass, it draws more attention, it's got that fat tire on the back. The cool factor, I think, is just a little higher with this bike. But the Monster R is phenomenally cool, but the average Joe is really not going to see what's so cool about, you know, dual injectors per cylinder and, you know, lighter flywheel and all that other stuff that they did to the Monster R. They're just going to look at it and say, okay, it's another Monster. This thing, they're going to say, what the hell is that? In a positive way. Anniversario, gorgeous motorcycle, but a little confusing. They're celebrating their 90th anniversary, which was 2016, and that's a 2017 model. But then they are Italian. They wouldn't be Ducati without it, so gotta love it. Gotta love the flaws that make them perfect. And Chicago once again reminding us of the 2 seasons that we have. If you're from Chicago, you know it. If not, well, then ask me and I'll tell you in the comments. Here's a big hint. Those things right there. The orange ones. Now is a good time to mention the fact that this bike is super easy to maneuver. If you're familiar with Ducatis, well, then you know, typically, there's no right gear for stop-and-go traffic for ducks. They hate it. They don't like it at all. This thing, as you just witnessed, I was weaving in and out, no problem. Oh, this is the S model, so we get the better Brembo calipers up front, and man, they work nice. You just feel them squeezing those rotors. And my point, I think, is being proven here about the Monster R versus the Diavel. If I was to stop and go, I'm sorry to say this on the internet, but my nuts would be hurting because you do get slammed into the gas tank the way you sit on the Monster. Diavel, my feet are in front of me, I'm kicked back, I'm enjoying life right now. And people know, or they don't know, they're like, what the hell is that thing? Now Ducati makes a closer reach handlebar for this bike, which would benefit me tremendously. I have shorter arms, so if you put your knuckles against the grip, you can kind of see where the other bar will put you at, and it would definitely make me a little more comfortable. I think it's like 180 bucks, bolt-on install, super easy. So, do recommend it. Claims 40% leaning, 40 degrees, which is a lot for a cruiser. Take that, Harley Davidson. Fun factor, we at Motoworks, we came across one of these Diavel S's, and unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately, it just happened. A client bought, and it was not running right. We get it back in the store, we were like, what the heck is going on with it? Well, long story short, Ducati managed put multi-strata DVT connecting rods into the Diavel motor. Now they're very similar motors, but they are different. I believe the stroke is slightly different between the two motors. And it ran, but it didn't run very good. Now this is nothing new to Ducati. They've done it in the past when they put the exhaust kit on the intake on 1098 bikes. So it does still happen, but I thought it was kind of amusing. It can happen. Beautiful East Lakeview, Illinois. Probably shouldn't, but we will. Really a bit of a shame. I mean, how many bikes did you guys see on the way to my house? Like 2 maybe? On such a gorgeous day, there's absolutely no reason why a bike should be in the garage. Chicagoans really need to get on that. We have way too little bikes on the road. We got plenty of seats for asses at MCC and Motoworks Chicago. But since I am no longer with MCC, please come to Motoworks first so you can meet me there. And that's it. That's the story. More videos to come. Hopefully some new 17s as they arrive. Thank you for watching. Comment, like, click on the ads if you can. And let me know what bikes I can do reviews on. Thank you. Bye-bye.